Before we get into today's narration, I would like to say this is part 2. If you would like to hear I'm a manager at a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant part 1, go ahead and check it out in the links below. Also, I wanted to know if anyone was interested in me live streaming narrations once a week. If you do want to hear this, go ahead and message me on Reddit, Twitter, or comment below. Now on to today's narration. I'm a manager at a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant by So Lonely 200. Hey everyone, this is Mark, the manager of the weirdest fucking Chuck E. Cheese out there. My first post got such a positive reception, so I figured, what the hell? Why not keep you guys updated? But before I do, corporate had asked me to say the following. CEC Entertainment Inc. is not responsible for any of the following in our locations. Injury, loss of life, dismemberment, full frontal lobotomies, possession, demonic or otherwise, disappearance of family members, eye loss, hearing loss, loss of memory, advanced aging, blood loss, homophobia, heterophobia, credit fraud, childhood obesity. If you have any concerns about this, please contact your local Chuck E. Cheese representative for more details. I'm guessing that's supposed to be me? Anyway, onto this fucking place. So the police tried being the key word, to wiretap the guy who's been calling my office phone. So far, they've traced the location to Kentucky, Maine, and Siberia. I think it's safe to say that it's a dead end. Also, Al the new guy is still here. I don't think he sleeps. The night crew says he stays here all night and at closing time goes to the basement. Weird, but hey, we always need a little help. Especially after, well, Gary made a mess. See, we kinda forgot to feed him one time. Also, if you didn't read the first post, Gary is the thing that lives in the ball pit. Boy, that was a PR nightmare. You'd be surprised how hard it is to remove blood and feces from linoleum tiling. And to the families involved in last year's 4th of July incident, the Chuck E. Cheese family offers their sincerest condolences. They were paid well. Corporate passed it off as some kind of malfunction. But it was just Gary being, well, Gary. Cave Runner changed titles recently. Now it's called Cave Runner 2 Spelunking Boogaloo. It still does its usual daily move, but who am I to judge? Andrew had a run-in with Frank the Rat, and long story short, we're on number 18 after Frank went flying into the sauce puddle. Also, I swear to God, Al the new guy doesn't blink. Like I've never once seen the guy blink. It's weird I'm focusing on it, but the dude gives me the creeps. Anyway, after cleaning up what was left of Frank the 17th, we feed the chunks of rat carcass to Gary and got ready to open up. Found Cave Runner between 2 skee-ball machines. I don't know either. Oh, Emily the little ghost girl is back. She's been seen in the arcade area now. Also, something I've never noticed until yesterday is that the indoor play area changes on a daily basis. Like its layout. Minor changes. A slide might have moved here, this part may have turned from red to blue. I only noticed because we have this tacky wall of photos from birthdays, and the thing changes in each one. Granted, I just got done smoking a joint out back with Andrew when I looked, but still. Anyway, I'm losing my train of thought. Corporate contacted me about the phone guy. Told me to remember the 3 Ds. Deny, deny, deny. It was their way of dealing with the weird shit that happens here. Okay, example. One time, a pizza gained sentience. Yes, you read that right. A fucking pizza came to life. It wasn't happy to be alive, mind you, but by God, the thing was twitching and screaming. I was on kitchen staff at the time, so my natural response was to shove the motherfucker back in the oven. Thank God the in-house speaker system drowned out its screaming. That was one of my first times realizing how weird this place was. I would tell you about the 4th of July incident, but due to legal reasons I can't. Seriously, no one should have to bury their child. Much less all of them, across several families. Today, a local politician guy by the name of George Gentrill came in, booked the place for his kid's birthday. Why am I telling you this? George Gentrill died in 2014. His family was all burned alive when this place mysteriously caught fire. Autopsy showed teeth marks on the victims. My guess? Gary. Or maybe Frank got caught in the electric wires again. He's not very bright. Well, he was that day. Quite literally, in fact. Needless to say, the corporate office likes to pretend this location doesn't exist. Between Gary, Frank, and all the missing kids who I can only assume become Gary's dinner, we're kind of a black mark. Honestly, the only reason it's still even open is we make a shit ton of money off the local yokels. Also, I honest to God think they're scared the weird shit is just gonna go somewhere else. At least we somewhat have Gary and friends under control. Oh, I didn't even tell you about the locals. I can't say where we are for legal reasons, but what I can say is that I'm at least 93% sure that the Hills Have Eyes was based off of this area. I mean, there's even a cult nearby. Well, they say they're not a cult. They're an ultra-right sect of Christianity that makes Westboro Baptist look subtle. Still, they hold a lot of events here. I closed the ball pit, though. Don't want Gary getting food poisoning. They're led by some asshat by the name of Devlin Andrews. He says that corporate greed and quite a few racial slurs I dare not repeat on here are responsible for the downfall of our society. Even called Andrew a no-good hippie bum on more than one occasion. But Andrew, who smells like pot most of the time, at least doesn't look like he's going to be drinking any cyanide-based Kool-Aid. For the record, we do not allow them to bring outside drinks. Our food. At least they pay well. The phone has started ringing again. Conversations usually go like this. Mark, stop looking. I see you. You can't see me. Calm down, John Cena. Who the fuck is this? I see you. Then a dial tone. It was creepy at first, but I'm getting used to it. Once you've had to bury a few severed body parts, you kind of get used to this kind of shit. Anyway, speaking of getting used to, corporate also sent a mandate to this place. It was something like this. I won't say the name of my town for legal reasons. To all employees in our location in blank. It has come to our attention that a number of oddities exist at the site. We at CEC Entertainment Inc. Board of Directors feel that the anomalies should have no effect on your work ethic. To prevent any legal issues, however, we insist that you deny any and all reports of these abnormalities, as it could harm this corporation. Remember these tips. Don't get rid of the problem, just the corpses. If any children go missing, just don't let that go on file. Remember, deny, deny, deny. Ethics and morals are completely subjective. A bad reputation cannot be afforded. And if local police show up, make sure they have warrants. So yeah, corporate clearly has no intentions of, helping with this place. Nothing of note has happened around here lately, and since there have been so many requests, I guess I can tell you all about the Great Stuffed Animal Rebellion of 11. It all began in 1 October, I think. I wasn't manager at the time. I was a part of floor staff and mostly worked the prize corner. I was cleaning up one day towards closing time, just polishing the counter, making sure the prizes were in order, etc., when I felt a thump on the back of my head. Not like a painful sensation, but a thump nonetheless. I looked around, figuring it was a coworker fucking with me, but saw none around. I felt another one and heard a pencil hit the floor. It was one of those ones we gave out in the prize corner. Suddenly, a teddy bear leaps onto my back, getting me in the most comfortable chokehold I've ever been in. Still, understandably, I was freaked out. I threw it off my neck and punted it. One of those toy rabbits you squeeze and it talks? Yeah, I heard it say, "Viva la Revolution!" And suddenly I was covered in the bastards. Again, it didn't hurt, but it was annoying. I noticed one of the rabbits with face paint like Braveheart was on the ground. It fired a pencil like an arrow from a bow, made from a paperclip and a rubber band. One grabbed a roll of tickets and tried to choke me with them. But since they were, stuffed fucking animals, it proved quite difficult. I kicked one off of me as another shanked me with a Barney pencil. What the fuck even is my life at this point? As I fought off the horde of fluffy rebels, I heard the door from the back creak open. My coworker at the time, Dave, heard the commotion and came to investigate. What the actual fuck? I heard him murmur. I don't know why, but I laughed at his reaction. He began pulling them off of me and kicking the little bastards. I grabbed the struggling Braveheart rabbit, and while Dave kept the rest distracted, I ran to the kitchen and threw the fucker in the oven. I swear, I heard it scream, and it did a thumbs up with its paw as it burned. Needless to say, we refused to stock stuffed animals anymore. Funny enough, the rest ceased movement after the rabbit died. We still burned the fuckers. Buried the ashes in an unmarked grave. So yeah, that's why we don't do stuffed animals anymore. Also, the pencils no longer come pre-sharpened. Oh shit, I have to wrap this up. Frank got out from the basement and is fighting one of the costumes. I'll pick this up later. Till then, this has been Mark. See you around. Thank you for listening to this story. It really means a lot. Remember, if you want to hear a live narration once a week, go ahead and comment below or message me on Reddit or Twitter. I want at least 4 people for this, so as long as we have that, it'll be fine. Well, that's all for today. See you later.
Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary skeletons.